Hey, my name is Linus. I was taught how to use a computer, and I taught a computer how to identify if a sentence is in English, French, or Italian.
We have Linus here with us today. Linus is a winner of JP Morgan's Code for Good hackathon. I forgot. We're here with Linus today, winner of JP Morgan's Code for Good hackathon, a Ling major after entering the University of Illinois as DGS and working his way to transfer in, and he's taken a few CS classes. He has professional software development experience and is currently working on a project to change your Facebook messaging colors. Can you tell us about your college experience? So you entered as DGS, then
right.
you took some classes, CS, you ended up in Ling, but you still have like professional experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how did you even do that?
Oh man, when I came in here, I was like, so DGS, right? I'm like, okay. And I actually did talk to someone who did say that, like, honestly, like, don't try to transfer into computer science. Try to transfer to a different school. Go to a different school for computer science, or just do a different major. I was like, wow. You know, like, that was, like, kind of hard to hear, but, like, I was honestly still determined. I was like, you know what, it's fine. I think U of I is absolutely worth it. I think U of I provides so many resources and so many things that allow for success. Started from there, I was like, and then took my first coding class, struggled, kept struggling, actually failed my data structures class. Like, I got an F in that class. Like,
yeah.
I just absolutely failed it because I was so confused and, like, I guess, I was just so lost. I was like, wait, is this really the right career for me? And I kept having those thoughts for, like, a while, I actually do enjoy programming, maybe, like, I'm not very good at it, but I do find it to be fun. And did end up passing the data structures course after retaking it.
Progress.
And then finally reached, like, 406, where I did things individually. I was like, wait, like, this is something I actually really enjoy doing, and I want to pursue this in the future. Like, natural language processing, I think, super interesting, a lot of applications, and I think that's definitely something I want to work with in the future. Like, just moving forward from there, like, at this point, like, from someone who failed data structures and did not do well in an intro CS course, like, it's an intro course and I still struggle, so, like, there was a lot of self-doubt, but moving forward, like, I was able to get an internship. I internship with InstaHub in Philadelphia, and great experience. I learned so much. I had, like, real work experience, and, like, that was honestly so valuable. And from there, I managed to get interviews with, like, these big name companies that, like, I never thought I'd even be considered.
Like, you're not even a CS minor. You're not a CS minor.
Yeah, like, I'm just a linguistics major, like, who, like, struggle a lot, but here I am, Now I'm like, yeah, I'm still looking for a job, but I'm making progress. I think you learn the most from failure. I think you get the most out of failing, but the most important part is just to keep trying, because, you fail, now learn from it, and do better, and then not fail the next one. And maybe, like, fail a few more times, but you will get to the point where you experience so much, and now like, how to hold yourself under these high pressure situations, these high intensity, like, time crunch. You learn so much, and, like, eventually you will succeed. Like, just don't stop trying. And I think that's, like, something that, like, one of my biggest takeaways from this entire college experience. Don't stop trying.
This is, like, as underdog as it gets. So raw. I like it. I love it a lot. And it's, like, it's also really real. Because some of the people I met, like, there's some really talented kids.
Oh man, yeah.
Just like kids.
Telling me. I understand at first try, everything just comes so natural. I'm jealous. Like, I wish, you know, I could like do stuff like that where I see something and I can just replicate immediately. Like, that's crazy. You know, like something, it just makes me feel like less intelligent. You know, sometimes like seeing people do what I'm trying to do is so much easier. So I'm just like, you know, now I just feel like kind of dumb. You know, I feel like, am I really smart enough for this? But you are. You know, you just gotta have confidence. You just keep moving forward.
Then at 374, which is like all these classes up till now, you're doing software. 374 is like the science of computing and solving problems. And I got bodied in this class the first time.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Like you failed, what was it, 235?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I failed 234.
Mm-hmm.
And this really, like, all that confidence up to that point it
hurts.
It
really hurts.
It's like, oh, you think you're that good reading documentation, building apps? Okay, solve this in like linear time. I'm like, wait, am I fake computer science? I'm a code monkey. But then, you know, you say, okay, let me try. Let me sit down and break it into small pieces. And I learned.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned I'm a lot better at it. And I'm a lot better at computer science and just being a programmer after taking it. It's just like, these things are hard, but as soon as you can stop feeling down and turn that into
motivation,
putting your head down into a book and just like, let me see what I know and where I can go from there and just keep at it. That's a game changer.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, I mean, failing 225 was like, man, this sucks. And like, yeah, people have said like, you know, it's like difficult, but as long as you put it in time for it, like, it'll work out. But like, for a while I did try putting in time and like it just didn't work. I was putting in time and still failing. I'm just like, you know, like the data structure is very, very important. Like,
fundamental.
Yeah, exactly. It's fundamental, and I was failing it. So I'm just like, well, you know, maybe this isn't for me, but stuck through it, and here I am.
So how does it feel from going from straight DGS to now, you know, in interview rooms with these tech companies?
I think it's pretty crazy. Like, I came in DGS, I've never touched code, I've never seen code, I had no idea how to code, and now I am doing interviews with like these big name companies, and it's like, it's crazy. Like, I never thought I'd be in this kind of position.
That also stands out to me too, because I mean, I don't know, in my head I just see success as a very linear thing. Mm-hmm. So if you told me like, oh yeah, you can get a tech job without going to school for it, I'd be like, huh.
Yeah.
But here you are, you're in code before you walked in the campus, but now like you're a professional. So it's like, I really like these stories because it just reminds me like there's other ways to success. It also helps me feel good, like
mm-hmm.
more patient.
Yep, absolutely.
But also just like, that's dope. Like now, like your power moves Linus. Tell us about the JP Morgan Code for Good.
JP Morgan Code for Good. That was the hackathon's probably my biggest accomplishment and easily like one of the things I'm most prideful of, because I had never been to a hackathon before. A little over 100 got in. So that was something really surprising to me. Like, JP Morgan thought I was better or good enough over 1,900 other applicants. So just the fact of getting into the hackathon was like already made me like really proud of myself. Like, wow. Code for Good is a hackathon where you are given the opportunity to work with a nonprofit organization, Chicago's Children Advocacy Center, I believe, and their mission is to help like abused children, you know, help them like solve their issues and find a better place for them. So what they wanted was an iOS app that adults and children can use while they are sitting in a waiting room for an appointment. And they wanted so that like adults can read up on information, you know, ways they can contact others, ways they can get more help, while children, you know, they can play games on an iPad, so you like keep yourself busy. So how judging worked was, initially there were 6 rounds, I want to say 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds of judging, where 5 minutes with each judge, It was just back to back to back to back, you know, nonstop. I'm sure everyone did a great job, but I think we did just as well, if not better. You know, they announced it, and the very first team he announced was our team. And it was really weird because usually you go like second place, then first place, right? He was like, so in first place is Team 7.
Yeah.
And like none of us moved. We were just sitting there like, wait, what? Like, did we hear right? And like, it was just crazy. Like, I never thought that, you know, very first time I ever done a hackathon, you know, no sleep, you know, just 24 hours of coding and like meeting these people and just kind of like trying to stay awake while working on a project. Like, I never thought that doing this for the first time I'd somehow end up winning it, and it was a super cool experience. Like, it's an experience that like I really like treasure. Like, it's so much happened, and like I met some great people, you know, made some great friends, and that's like a memory that like I'll remember forever. Like, it was honestly such a great achievement and accomplishment for me. And you know,
when I saw like in my message you were like, yeah, we won, I was like, dang, my boy out here like taking heads, making names. And then the second thing I thought was, okay, I guess I gotta go win one now.
Yeah, no, didn't you go win Pig Hacks, right?
Yeah,
I remember that. I was like, dang, you know, we out here winning.
I was so really like happy and proud. Like yeah, okay, Linus, okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't expect it, but I'm glad it happened.
And how did it feel when you won and also first place?
It was unreal. Like, I honestly thought I misheard. I was like, wait, you know, we won? Yeah. Super. It was crazy.
Hackathon.
Just like yeah.
And aside from professional experience in hackathons, you've been working on this Chrome extension that changes the Facebook chat colors.
This messenger, like, you know, it's just white and it's blinding at night. You know, why is there no dark mode? So we're like, wait, but what if we created an app to, you know, kind of give it a dark mode? But then like, but wait, what if we can customize it to any color we want rather than just, you know, the dark mode? So I was like, wait, that's a super cool idea. You know, I think we should work on it, and we did. You know, we got a really good start on it. We did it for a while, and we did change, like, we did manage to like change the chat bulb colors, chat color background, and like just like a few other things, and it was really cool. Like, to be able to change something that I use so much. Like, I use Facebook Messenger all the time, so being able to kind of like play around with it and like try to like make it, improve it, I guess, in a way, I think that was like super cool.
Yeah, we'll finish that soon.
Yeah, we'll finish it once. We have all the time. We have all the time.
You taught a computer to differentiate between English, Italian, and French.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that?
This was actually kind of a homework problem that was given in Link 406, the computational linguistics class I took.
I dropped that class.
Yeah, you. That project, not only like was it like really interesting, really fun, I think it had a lot of personal meaning to me too. So what the prompt was, given like I think about 200 sentences randomized in either like entire sentences are written in English, they're written in Italian, or they're written in French, and you had to basically figure out which one it is. It was just like I just kept doing it step by step. You know, it wasn't like I didn't do it super quickly, but like I was doing it, and that was like something really important to me because, you know, all these other classes I take, and usually, you know, I've had a friend of them to help me, like 402, you know, you helped me a lot with getting through like the last like few homeworks. You know, we're just working together, kind of like bouncing ideas off each other, brainstorming together. Just being able to talk to someone and kind of, you know, try to get my ideas into code, I think that was really helpful. But for the first time I had to do that by myself, since, you know, someone had to drop the course and I didn't have him anymore. But so I was able to, like, you know, just like slowly but surely, you know, make progress. And I think that was really meaningful to me because, you know, until then, I doubted, like, I didn't know if I, like, knew how to code, or, like, is this really, like, the right career for me? Like, am I not, like, meant for doing computer science and, like, software engineering or software development or anything like that, It's like, I've always struggled so much with coding, so being able to start doing that by myself was really, really meaningful to me, because it showed me that, yeah, I can do it, I have the ability. I got through it, but I just wasn't sure if I did it right. And when I got the grade back for the homework, like, I got 100% on it. Like, it was crazy. I was like, wait, spending so much time doing something by myself and just working through it, like, by my own efforts, like, completely by myself, I managed to not only do really well in the homework, but, like, get a really good grade for it. So that was super cool. Yeah,
Independence.
Yeah, independence. Really meaningful, really cool project / homework thingy.
So this is the first time I'm hearing that story, like, to this detail. So that for
Yeah.
me is just really crazy, because in 402 we did work together a lot, and that was like my background. I met someone freshman year, like a close friend now, who also helped me a lot when I was getting started, and then I soon became, like, independent too, and really just enjoyed programming outside of class and doing stuff. So the fact that now I'm hearing it from you, and this is, like, really sweet, like, oh, I was able to do this.
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh.
all you, man. Honestly, like, you've, like, helped me so much, like, not only with, like, getting through classes, but just, like, being able to enjoy coding. Like, there oftentimes, like, I just couldn't have fun coding. Like, working on, like, the Messenger themes with you, like, super fun time, had a great time, and then also just, forward to, like, great, good times all around.
What I also like too is now that you're independent, you're just like, you're like, caterpillar has become butterfly. Like, now the world is at your fingertips too. Like, you're out. You learn what you need. You know, go and build stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, like, doing these projects, like, our work, just are a lot more helpful to me, because I'm doing things that I like doing, so I actually spend a lot more time, a lot more focus on them, rather than something like school, where I understand that this is, like, really useful information, but, like, it's just, like, I don't enjoy doing it, so it's hard for me to focus on doing these things that I don't enjoy.
Same.
Yeah, so it's been a struggle, but we're almost done. A few more weeks. Hopefully I should pass my classes and then just graduate and
just
hopefully have a job. So just gotta get a degree and a job, and then home free. Almost done.
Okay, so what thoughts do you have on representation and identity?
Representation and identity.
So, for instance, there's underrepresentation of, like, women or people of color, or, like, LGBT, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I never really, like, thought of representation here in general. So yeah, because, like, I mean, women's, yes, like, that's, like, a big thing. I've noticed that. I've heard a lot about it, but I guess I never really thought about other identities. Other people of color.
I started paying more attention when I learned about how, like, the barriers for education for women, historically speaking. There was some, I forgot the name, but this lady was, like, who went to college and did some real cool stuff after, and some discipline. She's like, yeah, the reason when I showed up to day one, my professors were confused because they mistook my name for a male. And, like, so they admitted you on the basis of a male. I was like, what?
Oh, what?
And the idea, like, oh, you're a woman, you don't need to go to college at that time. So, like, okay, well, things are better now. Are they as good as they can be? Nah, but they're better now. And
It's improvement. There's more to be done, but it's improvement.
Improvement, yeah. But it's just like, I'm curious, what other barriers are there? Work needs to be done, but as long as we can keep talking about it, I think that pushes the needle.
No.
What advice would you give to someone in your position who's like DGS?
Don't give up. Don't let others decide things for you. I think you should, if you want to pursue, computer science, programming, pursue it. You are your own person. You can decide if you want to stick with it or not. But if you don't like it, sure, you can just drop it. But if you enjoy it and sometimes like it's hard, but you like enjoy it, then just keep going. You know, don't stop. Just keep trying. And, like, you don't have to compare yourself to others. You know, this is just you and yourself, and like what you can get done.
When I graduated high school, I told someone, I was like, yeah, I'm in the school of LAS, not engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, this is like a grown adult, keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at me and said, I'm sorry, you're not going to make any money. Because I'm in LAS. That pissed me off so much, and I carried that with me. But now, you know, I got no internship experience. Okay, I did a co-op once part-time. No internships. I'm working at a big company. Making that
Yeah,
great money.
you're
Like,
making...
hey, cool, are you come back here? You know, show me again.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
personal
like,
project
exactly.
manager.
It's just like, don't let other people drag you down, you know, like, people, there will always be people that look down on you.
That's so.
There will always be people that look down on you, but don't let that get to you, you know, like, I think important is, like, find people that support you.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's super important and really helps, like, progress, because, like, you have people who support you who understand, like, why you're trying to do what you do, and they just support you, you know. I think that's super important and really healthy for you mentally.
Some lessons you've learned.
Lessons I've learned. Well, I guess, like, failure's okay. That's like a big thing. Like a big thing I picked up. That, you know, it's okay to fail as long as you learn from it, right? But because other things are just like, I guess a lot of it I learned about, like, was myself. I guess, you know, you learn about yourself a lot when you go through school, or like you just like live your life. You know, you face like these different situations, and then, you know, you react in certain ways, but sometimes you look back, you're like, oh man, should have did this differently. But, you know, it happened, you can't change it, but now you know in the future, like, you know what, like, I can do things differently, I can say things differently, I can, you know, hold myself differently. Just like, it's I think a lot of the things I learned was definitely, you know, just about myself, how I am as a person, how I react to certain situations, how I, you know, just deal with like certain problems. I think that's some of the biggest takeaways I had from like just everything. You know, just always have faith in yourself.
Cool, yeah, that was great, real heartfelt, and you real like this. It's not like that star-studded story. Not saying like star-studded stories don't have their own pitfalls, but this was just like, yeah, I really just had to come up and make my own ladder at this point. So really glad we got this, and I think this will be really valuable after I figure out how to compress 2 hours worth of content.
Hey, my name is Linus, and I was taught how to use a computer, and I taught a computer how to and I taught a computer how to identify if it's dude, the way you were looking at